Mornings with Sue and Andy are brought to you by Cupboards Express. Stop by their showroom at 2020 32nd Avenue Northeast to browse over 1,000 styles and get expert advice. 6:05 now. Flip your thinking for a unique and powerful approach to life. That's what we're going to do today on this motivational joint morning by the Flip It guy and the author of Flip Your. His name is Rob Cross. Good morning, Rob. Thanks for joining us.
Well, good morning, Sue. How in the world are you?
Excellent, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for being up nice and early to join us on Motivational Monday. We're going to get our listeners motivated today and beyond. First off, tell us a little bit about you. Why are you called the Flip It guy?
My book series, I have several books out. And forgive me, I have a little bit of a hoarse throat. I had a little bit too much fun yesterday, but we'll make it through it. You know, I discovered a while back, I had this epiphany. As life wasn't working for me, my marriage wasn't going where, people weren't cooperating, life wasn't cooperating. Can you imagine life not cooperating with you? Isn't that just a strange concept? But I became really frustrated, and I've always been enthralled with how life works, and I've always asked the why not questions. And it really just hit me like a lead balloon. One day I recognized that, wow, I've literally been stopping myself from having the life I want I've been living life upside down. I literally have been pushing away the life that I want. And my book goes into 36 different ways that we do seem to do life upside down and flipping it, not just making it better, but flipping the darn thing. And you're going to find that, wow, I truly have been pushing away what I want by the things that I think, how I think, and what I think about. And it's really the book is just a great breakthrough back to common sense. Your readers will love it. It's fun, it's simple, it's casual, but I have a passion for people's best, and I want them to experience the joy my wife and I are experiencing now. Anyway, we've worked ourselves into patterns, and the patterns are what I talk about in this book.
Yeah, the patterns, and you notice the patterns, and then you decide to do this flip. And I'm on your website, by the way, robflips.com.
It's awesome.
And I'm reading about flipology. You explain kind of what you just gave us, the chronicling of, Rob, about the big flip that started in your life. But how do we know, the size of the flip? And what you mean, because the flip to me isn't a minor change or correction in the direction of your life. It is a flip. And when we think about flip, it's almost like a 180. So how big of a flip do we plan and how in motion?
That's a great question, Andy. Thank you. Literally 180, yes. And what I do is in my book, I help you see what I have discovered. And that is, for instance, pain is gain. Who wants pain? Nobody wants pain. But when do we grow if not from discomfort? But yet we try to keep discomfort away like a cat stays out of a bathtub full of water. We don't want pain. But yet pain is growth, and life is growth. Failure, that's another good one. I've started four businesses in my life. My first businesses, I really try to avoid failure. And in doing so, I didn't go for it like full steam with both feet. So if you're not willing to fail, you're not going to succeed. So success requires your willingness to fail. So flip your thinking about what you're making failure mean. Your enemies are your teachers. Blame. Oh my goodness, blame's a big one. If you don't have what you want in life, in your marriage, in your business, in your friendships, in your parenting, I'm telling you, you come up with what it is. What's the reason? You're not educated enough. You weren't brought up on the right side of the tracks. You're too short. You're too tall. Whatever the reason, that's your blame, and that's who's holding your power. You gave your power away. It's like they have the remote control to your life, and their thumb is right in the middle of the pause button. Take your power back. Flip it. Flip your thinking and get it. Wow. I've been telling myself that I couldn't start that business because of the economy. I'm going to take it back. No, that's something I made up. Our thinking is what's ruling us. If you don't control your thinking will continue to control you. And my goodness, 70% of our thoughts are negative, Andy. It's like, that's incredible. If you think about it, your thoughts, no matter how hard your efforts, no matter how valiant your efforts, you're still going to go, you're not going to go any further than that great big train that's going to stay on those tracks. It can't go off the tracks. And your efforts to go right, your thoughts are going to pull you left. You've got to control your thinking. And my book helps you understand what you are thinking. And it's just epiphany after epiphany. And you'll be going, oh my gosh. That's what you'll be saying at least 100 times in this book. Setbacks. I love that one. Your setbacks are setups. And if you hold them as setbacks, you'll continue to shrink back, cut back. You'll lose your creativity. You'll shrink. You can feel it in your soul. You've been there. I've been there. Setbacks are setups. My last business crash is what set me up to be what I am today. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a blurter of common sense. And that's what I do. But I didn't do that back when I was so consumed with my business. That setback was a tremendous setup for me.
Just to say, Rob, it's fascinating that, our first, when we think about something, generally, human beings, we're sort of trained to think in the negative.
Yes.
So
Yes.
exactly what you're saying. We need to retrain our brain, right? And question what we think and how we think and how we define who we are. And if you don't question it, you'll just stay in that negative mind thought.
Man, you're spot on, Sue. That's exactly right, because we have been trained. And most of our thoughts are unconscious because we've been doing it for so long, right? I mean, just simple thing like forgiveness. Oh, I'm not going to forgive him. He doesn't deserve my forgiveness. No, sirree, Bob. I'm not going to do it. No, sir. But you see, my not forgiving him, the grudge that I hold, it's like me taking a poison pill and expecting him to die. When I forgive him, I set myself free. And that's the flip. My weakness, oh, that's a good one. My vulnerability, that's my power. You will impress me, Sue, with what you know and your polished side and your strong side. You'll impress me, but you'll win me over with your willingness to be vulnerable, with your weakness. That'll win me over. And you want to sell a widget, well, go in there and talk about your kids and how you messed up. The guy that's so polished, that guy named Slick, we don't want to buy from him. That's the guy showing his strength. So anyway, it's a fascinating 36 ways to flip how you think about your daily life and everything that you do. I'm just thrilled and humbled by the feedback I'm getting because it takes you back to common sense, In this world of turbulence, my goodness, it's so refreshing to have a journey back to yourself.
Incredible. And somebody texted in, by the way, Rob, and they said, this guy is very refreshing on a Monday morning. You fit the bill perfectly for our motivational Mondays. Thank you for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Well, God bless you. And listen, a reminder to all of your listeners and you guys, you are far more capable than you think you are. You were made in God's image, and that's a mighty fine image. Thank you, guys. God bless you.
Thanks, Rob. It's Rob Cross, calls himself the Flip It Guy. And